What is going on, everyone? It is your boy Blank Online here today. We're going to be talking about something different. We're switching it up. Modern Warfare is giving me the shits. I can't play it anymore. I'm sick of these safe space pro camping mother bitches. And I can't play it. So I'm not going to play it. I'm going to sit down and I'm going to talk about some YouTube. And what's happening in YouTube, how it's affecting me, how it's affecting my videos, and the general YouTube community as a whole. But before I get any further in this video, we are very close to 100 subscribers. So if you guys down below, you can see that red button and it's red and it's not gray. Click it, it'll turn gray, and you will be one of the lucky people who are subscribed to my channel. I'm sorry, but seriously though, make that red subscribe button a gray subscribed button. Because we do make Call of Duty content here, and sometimes we talk about the state of YouTube. We've done a couple videos. So the first video I did was the state of YouTube from the perspective of a tiny YouTuber. One of my personal favorite videos that I've ever created, because it was, I don't know, I just like the whole discussion aspect of that video. I followed it up by making a video talking about the state of the Call of Duty community on YouTube, where I went more in depth about Call of Duty rather than talking about YouTube as a whole, and how I think that's going. Another one of my favorite videos that I've ever created. So if you guys haven't watched those two videos yet, I'll link it down below and I'll put cards up and stuff like that so you can watch it after this video and after you learn about the changes that YouTube is making to their platform yet again. So what is COPPA? Well, COPPA is an act that passed in America that essentially forces YouTube to having to regulate what children can view on YouTube, and essentially children being put on the platform itself. So right now, you can choose what you want to do, right? So if you're a content creator, and I'll speak from my own experience as well, you have to go into your channel settings and you have to either specify your content is made for kids, your content isn't made for kids, or you can choose to have that decision every time you upload a new video. I chose the third option, just because I wanted to see how things go with this whole COPPA situation. So when I post a video, every single time I post a video, I have to, by law, specify whether or not that video is made for kids. Now, most of my content isn't made for kids. I swear, I play a video game where I shoot people and kill them, and it's not something that is made for kids. What is made for kids, you may be asking? Well, things like nursery rhymes and toy unboxings, and I think that's pretty much it. Like anything with some sort of figurine or toy or anything like that, YouTube seems to be going around and deeming that content made for kids. No longer is there such a thing as family friendly content, I guess. So let's say if I made content where I was doing exactly what I've been doing here, just that I censored out my swear words, that sort of thing doesn't really exist anymore, because technically that content is still not made for kids, because again, as I said, I'm playing a video game where I run around and shoot people. It's not made for kids. There's also a big sort of gray area between our family vloggers. Is that content made for kids? There are kids featured in the videos, and YouTubers have to specify that there are children in the video and that they consent to being in the video. There's a bunch of little laws and regulations in this whole COPPA thing that essentially specify that anyone under the age, or anyone that cannot think for themselves, cannot be in a YouTube video without consenting to being on that YouTube video. And then also the YouTubers like myself and you or anyone has to specify whether or not the content they create are made for kids, because YouTube and the COPPA law itself doesn't want kids seeing content that isn't made for them, essentially protecting all the children who are online. Now, I have a lot of strong opinions on this, I guess. I myself, I'm not young and I'm not old either. I'm 18, so, oh sorry, I'm 19. I don't even remember my age, so I'm 19. And I grew up in a internet that was very young, very developing. It wasn't as advanced as it is nowadays. When I was young, kids were still out playing sport. Kids weren't stuck at home glued to their screens. Kids didn't chuck a tantrum every time they left their iPad at home, or their iPad ran out of charge, or they didn't get the game on the App Store that they wanted to get. Like, that wasn't my childhood. My childhood was, I was still watching Sunday morning cartoons, I was still playing with toys, I was still going outside and being active and doing all that sort of stuff. It was only when I started to get, I guess, older, or like when I turned, like, I'd say when I turned 11, 12, that's when the internet really started to develop, and that's when I really got into this whole thing, although I was still running around and playing and doing all that sort of stuff. Kids growing up now, they're super glued to their devices, so I've seen 2-year-olds handle iPads, and they can handle it better than my grandparents can handle iPads, which is scary and doesn't make sense, but kids nowadays just know how to use technology, which is why this law is there. Because if you can imagine a 2-year-old getting their hands on one of my videos where I'm swearing like a sailor and I'm shooting people on a video game that is very realistic, and I don't think a lot of people understand that video games nowadays are very realistic. They look real, and if young people who are easily influenced see video games, they probably will think it's real. They could get scared of it, they could get influenced by it, and that's bad news. Although that is the case, I think that nowadays parents are very protective over their children, and therefore society believes that children need to be sheltered and protected by everything. I guess with the recent, the world is just not a nice place. And I think that what parents want for their children is to live a better life and grow up better than what they did. That's what my parents did. I grew up in a much better position than what my parents grew up in. And that's what every parent wants for their child, to grow up in a better situation than what they did. And I guess with the emergence of technology, I guess it's easier for parents to keep their kids at home, safe, and where they can't get hurt. The thing is though, when the kids are on the internet is a massive place, the internet is a dangerous place, and the internet is a place where anyone can access anything. Whether you're 2, whether you're 99, you can go on Pornhub. Whether you're 2, whether you're 99, you can watch anything on YouTube as long as you search it up. So that's the thing, essentially. That's what this whole COPPA thing is doing. It's regulating what content children can see. The thing with that as well is that kids can't actually make a YouTube account until they're 13, and once they're 13, I believe that they do have some sense of what they're doing and what they should do and what's right and what's wrong. So young kids, they probably don't have a YouTube account, which again is why this whole act is in place, to regulate the content that those kids can see. How does this affect YouTubers? Well, it does and it doesn't. I haven't seen a massive change in my viewership because of this act. Maybe I don't know why. Maybe it just hasn't hit me as hard. Maybe it hits the bigger YouTubers harder, because essentially if they deem their content not for kids, that's just taking a massive chunk of their audience away. And that's the thing as well. I believe that my audience is mostly like young adults and older people. I don't think that a lot of my audience who watch me are young kids, and if they are young kids, then what's up, little man, I guess. I don't know, but I feel like just the game that I'm playing and the topics we talk about and the way we talk about things here, I guess younger children, 1, won't understand it, and 2, just won't resonate with how we talk about things here. Because I feel like, at least, and I try to make this a adult discussion and something where we can all contribute and all have an adult conversation about, and that doesn't resonate with younger kids. And for me myself, if I was 9 or 10 and I was watching whatever we do here on this channel, I'd fucking zone out, because I'd be like, well, it's so boring. Like, why do you care about skill-based matchmaking? Why do you care about the state of Modern Warfare? Like, I just like playing Call of Duty. I like shooting people. Like, that would be me. But I feel like since a lot of you guys, I believe, are older, we can have that discussion, we can talk about these things, and it's a lot better that way. So maybe that's why it hasn't affected me as much. And again, also affecting those bigger YouTubers, because the thing with advertisers is advertisers love YouTubers who create family friendly content, because their content is easily, like, you can advertise content on family friendly stuff. If you're, I don't know, Logan Paul, and you did that suicide video right now, that video would not get any ads, because no company wants to put their brand on a video where some dickhead films a dead body in Japan. That's not a thing. So therefore, if YouTubers deem their content not made for kids, less likely that that content will be have ads on it, and therefore YouTube won't push those videos because they don't get ads on it. YouTube doesn't get the ad revenue from that, and it's just not a win for YouTube to push a video that won't get as much AdSense as others. So I feel like the way this is going to develop, at least, videos that are made for kids will be the videos you see on the front page, will be the videos that are recommended to you, because those videos are the ones that make YouTube the most money, and that's the bread and butter of it. That's as simple as it is. YouTube is a money making game. When you get to the top, when you get to the point where you can be on the front page, where you can be recommended by YouTube, whether, I'm sure everyone, and I'm sure people who are at the top do love creating content, but you can't escape that it's a money game as well, and you gotta play around and tinker so that you can keep your business alive. So even if, for example, even if I stop swearing, even if I censor my swearing, I can't still deem my content, I can't say that it's made for kids, just purely because the game I'm playing. And I guess even a channel like PewDiePie, who he does Pew, let's look at Pew News, for example, that I would say that content's not made for kids, because the way that YouTube sees content made for kids is toy videos and nursery rhymes and cartoons and that sort of thing. Pew News isn't that. My videos aren't that. And if you make videos, your videos aren't probably made for kids either. And I feel like majority of the people on the platform, their videos aren't made for kids. Sidemen, even though they have a massive following of young people, that is not made for kids. That content is made. I love the Sidemen videos. So the Sidemen reach out to so many people. I still wouldn't deem that content made for kids, because they don't review toys, they don't do nursery rhymes, and they don't do any of that shit, and therefore not made for kids. And that's pretty much it. That's how YouTube is changing my videos. They are forcing me to dictate whether or not my content is or isn't made for kids, and it isn't. And maybe in the future we'll see that come into effect. Maybe in the future we'll see how that really affects everyone and how crazy it becomes. Because if you think about a world where all the content you get recommended and all the content on the front page, it's just kid shit. And so what happens to everyone who isn't a kid that, I don't know, or what happens to the content creators that don't get their videos recognized because it's not made for kids? And you can't do anything about it, because YouTube won't push it, because YouTube won't make money on your videos, because it's not made for kids, and advertisers won't want to advertise on videos that aren't made for kids, or at least family friendly. And does family friendly even exist now? Because the type of videos you make are completely different. Like the way you make your videos and the type of videos you make, is it even deemed not for kids or not? Vlogging channels who are super over the top and are aimed at, so the thing is, aimed at kids and made for kids are two different things. You can make videos that are aimed at kids, but that content you make in that video is still not for kids. Again, bringing up the toy videos are aimed at kids and made for kids, because there are fucking kids in them. I can make a fucking nursery rhyme aimed at kids, and the nursery rhyme is made for kids. So it's a fine line between, yes, it's made for kids, no, it's made for kids. Is it aimed at kids? Is it is the content for kids? Like, it's a fine line that we got to tread now, and we just got to see how it develops. But it's, at least right now, not affecting me as much. I do have to, however, dictate whether or not it's made for kids or not, but I'm still gonna be me. Fuck YouTube, fuck the system, fuck COPPA, fuck all that shit. If you're a kid watching this video, don't listen to like the last 30 seconds that I said. It's not, it's not a nice word, should not say it. Fuck, I don't care. Click subscribe, as I said at the start of the video. If you guys haven't yet, we're on the road to 100 subscribers. If we get there, it'd be awesome. Again, my goal is to reach that by 2020. So if we could get there, that'd be sick. Click like if you enjoyed this video. Comment down below. I'd love to know if you guys are content creators. If you guys are content creators, leave it in the comments down below. What do you think about this whole thing? Has it affected you? Has it not affected you? I just get general opinions. Let me know all that stuff down below. And I'll see you guys in the next video. It's probably not going to be made for kids, but fuck it. I don't care. See you later. Bye.
Pull up in the gold, I'm leading. But them other man need feeding. I don't wanna go Bombay. Them I don't know what I do when I go from wheeling. Leading the pack in black and I'm on with a bag. Snapping with a phone and die. Boss up a man with a duster. Put him in the drip and sip blockbuster. Win, 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 that's the only ammo. Ring, 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 I reply with NO. Call me Leno, how the